Let's pop into the first segment, like real quick, because I like talking about Adobe. Adobe is a program on the internet. It's really Adobe is a program on the internet. Is one of the darkest, truest statements I've ever uttered. If you guys don't know anything about Adobe, Adobe and formerly what we would call Adobe Creative Suite were, because of very malicious practices, the go-to creative suite of programs, quite literally, for decades. Like Adobe Photoshop, you've more than likely heard of. It's so ubiquitous with photo manipulation, which is not necessarily like to trick people, but like literally with photo post processing and design and stuff, that the verb Photoshop is used to this day in common language. Like literally, like that looks photoshopped. Now only is the that looks photoshopped finally being replaced by a somehow more malicious program, AI, and you now say that kind of looks like it's AI instead of that looks like it's photoshopped. But Photoshop still exists. Adobe it comprises a whole lot of programs that people use it basically in every aspect of the creative industry. In my side of things, Adobe InDesign, which is for publishing and layout, Photoshop, Illustrator for designing PNGs and logos and stuff like that. Lightroom was the one that I used to use, and then they literally just destroyed that program. Lightroom was for photo development and catalog organizing, and when it actually used to work back in the fucking early 2010s, it's been a decade since it was good. It fucking slapped, and now it's dog shit, and I think it lost all fucking support. But you also have Adobe After Effects, you have Adobe Premiere, you have Adobe Audition, or whatever the fuck it is, whatever Adobe's dog shit fucking audio program is. And then a series of tertiary suite products that link everything together. The reason I'm being non-exhaustive but still exhausting in the list of these programs is just so that you understand Adobe is in every fucking part of the design world, and they are there not because their products are particularly good. They're there because they've cornered the market, and because for decades, Adobe gave credits to people or hyper discounted their programs and even made certain aspects of their old programs, Creative Suite notably, free for use to students, or very cheap for use to students in college, so that they would be trained on Adobe products in class, which were pretty good at the time. You also used to be able to buy Adobe products. Nowadays, you can't buy Adobe products. You have to lease them for the fucking cost of an Adobe product. They started off being way too expensive. Adobe is overpriced as fuck when you could buy it. It was like $2,000 for the program. I'm not shitting you. An insanely high amount of money for something that was inarguably not different year to year. You were basically, when you bought Adobe 2010, paying for Adobe 2004 with 6 years of updates, right? Many of which were just operational updates. And if you were just rebuying it every time like Windows came out with a better version, that would almost be okay, but it was not the case. God damn it, Keegan. Oh, by the way, yeah, thank you while I roll for the $5. Come say hi in Twitch chat. Go over there, guys. Go over there. For $5, I'll read this. I'm gonna have to. You guys are donating so much these days. I'm gonna have to increase the Gorpo cost. Gorpos might be going up, and then you guys are gonna rise up against me. I've lost control of the play. People are playing. They're playing games in my Discord while I'm trying to speak. Not watching my stream, folks. These are traitors to the movement. They're terrible. Just terrible. Not good. Not good. It's bad, in fact. Audition is correct. Which is so stupid, because why the fuck is it called Audition? I'm going to pause alerts for the duration of this program so I can get through it. I have to make more use of the pausing alerts button. Photoshop by itself was like $500, $750 USD in like 2010. Yes. And like, I think the program is literally worth by that time like $250 to $500. But I would pay because I'm cornered and there is no competition in the market really. I would still probably pay like $500 fucking dollars so that I could use the program, because it's under the understanding that I will be using it for fucking years, right? They eliminated even that in the mid 2010s. I can't remember exactly when. And turned Adobe into a full-time subscription model and made it the most predatory pricing practices I've ever seen in my life. Now, mind you, Adobe is done. There is nothing new under the sun about Adobe. When they add a feature these days, it is often not particularly useful, or it's a quality of life thing that anywhere else would be just like a minor upgrade, it would be a patch. Basically, they patch. They're selling you patches, which is what I meant to say. They're selling their yearly patch to you at the cost of like $250 to $500 fucking dollars, which I guess they think is like fair because nobody wants to buy their products already because their products are hyper fucking expensive, but you have to get them in order to operate. I think they make most of their money off of these massive subscription deals that they sell to companies. The Adobe subscriptions, I'll just read them for you real quick. We need all this background if you don't know anything about them. Adobe subscriptions. Jesus Christ. Adobe Photoshop is $239 a year. I'm pretty sure. If that's it might be a month. Hold on. Just give me a second. View plans and pricing. You can get 2 months of a free trial. All apps, okay, so that's a year. All apps is $59.99 per month, which you don't need. Photography US is just the full version of Photoshop and Lightroom for $20 a month. $20 a month. Lightroom is not better now. Lightroom is done. Lightroom is finished. The Lightroom that I bought, Lightroom 4, is as good as it will ever have gotten. And like the raw processing was fine. If you don't know anything about this, it was fine. Fine and done in like 2010 when I was going to photojournalism school. And it cost, I think, $300 or something, or $250, which is, it is a professional program. This is the problem. You don't buy these things the way that you guys buy video games. You use them forever. So it's kind of like, God damn it. It's kind of like buying a drill. If you're a contractor or something, you're out there, you're like a blue collar dude, you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Let me put it this way. Imagine you buy a fucking Makita drill, right? I'm sorry. Imagine you buy a Milwaukee drill. I'm sorry. Imagine you buy a Cobalt drill. There we go. You buy a Cobalt drill and like it just stops working after 2 months unless you put $20 in a slot on the side of this fucking thing. And they basically try to juice you again and again and again and again and again. Now, there are aspects of return pricing for almost every tool. You know what I mean? You burn up drill bits, you burn up batteries. Batteries is actually where they try to get you on the tools that I was mentioning. But generally, once you've purchased it, you've purchased it. These programs are tools. They are not for entertainment. You can use them to entertain yourself if you're, I don't know, a fucking sociopath and you just want to look at Adobe Illustrator for fun and just be confused about what all the fucking buttons do. But they're a tool. And so charging people a subscription service for their tool is fucking insane. Especially when the subscription is already too expensive, and especially when you cannot parse it out. So a single app, your choice of one Creative Cloud app on this is $9.99 a month, $10 a month, which is too much. That's $120 a fucking year. $120 a year for one fucking program, okay? And that's a subscription. So the subscription can go up at any time. And the vast majority of fucking Adobe programs now do not work without integration from other programs, or they try to force you to integrate. So they have their Adobe Photoshop, right? But Photoshop has to be connected to whatever the fuck. It has to be connected to this. You can only open a lot of PDFs and shit, or it wants you to only open it with the Adobe fucking PDF opener and stuff. Now you have Adobe Express. There's so many. Hold on. Can I see these? Show me all of the goddamn things that you have. View products. can actually just read all these. Firefly, by the way, is Adobe's shit-ass fucking AI, which is basically they just stole other people's creativity and put it in a bunch of things. Let me see. Acrobat. I meant to say Acrobat. So Acrobat is now Acrobat Pro. Acrobat used to be free on shit. Acrobat used to be free. It used to be how you fucking open everything, right? It was just included. Acrobat is $20 fucking a month. Photoshop, by the way, is not $9.99 a month. It is $22.99 a month. So it's over. So it's like $500 fucking dollars a year or whatever, or whatever the fuck. I don't know. I'm bad at math. It's like $400 a year, something like that. Come on, Tyler. Jesus Christ. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I'm saying that. Just $264 plus dollars per year, which is crazy because, you know, if for 4 years, right, you can have a version of Photoshop. A lot of people have bought their old versions of Photoshop and it should just still work. You know what I mean? Or you should be able to patch it, but it's kind of like a right to repair stuff where they only let themselves patch it. And none of it is interferable with from the outside. So that's just that one program. Almost nobody in any version of the creative field needs just fucking Photoshop. So you have to get other stuff. Photoshop, Illustrator is $22.99. And then you have Adobe Stock, which is $30 a month. The worst stock photo exchange on the internet. I haven't researched that fully, but as far as one that costs fucking $30 a month, Adobe Stock is trash. Adobe Stock fucking sucks, and it's full of AI images now. Acrobat, which you need to view some files, is $20. And then you have Firefly, which is the AI. This one's free. The Firefly app is free because they can steal your information. Adobe Express, which is a template thing, I don't know, that's free, so that's more than likely got some fucking paywall shit on it. Lightroom's $10. Adobe Substance 3D Stager, free trial. So this is, I guess, Adobe Substance 3D Stager is more than likely them trying to knock off Blender. After Effects, $23 a month. InDesign, $23 a month. InDesign, Illustrator, and Photoshop together is what? 66 plus 3, like basically $70 a month, right? Insanity. Like it's fucking crazy. $70 a month indefinitely, and the prices go up. This is the problem. So if you're like back in the day, you could buy the program and it would work indefinitely. There's people that are still running like old versions of shit, except for me, they cut off my Lightroom. My Lightroom still worked. They turned it off. I bought it. They turned it the fuck off. They ended like support for it, so it just no longer works. You can't download it, and if you send it, like messages to them for like login keys or like oh we need to double check that this is yours. So like you have the login key, but you have to talk to us to make sure that we know it's you and not someone else, because we wouldn't want you to steal our product. That's mine. It's mine. It's my product, not theirs. It's mine. I own it. But they're pretending like they still do. And then they've cut out the middleman, and it's all fucking rental shit. They have all this Adobe Substance stuff. I don't know what that is. Adobe Fonts. I'm the fuck on. Behance, Animate, Show More. Dreamweaver. There we go. Design and develop modern responsive websites. That's $23. Lightroom Classic. There's a different version of Lightroom for $10 a month. That's my Lightroom, because the new Lightroom sucks so fucking bad that they just sell you a thing that they just took away from you. Everyone fucking hates Adobe, and people are desperately trying to find ways around them. The problem is Adobe has cornered the market. I don't know anything about their extant legal issues, but they've cornered the market, and they make sure that basically people get trained up on them. If you did any sort of graphic design stuff in school, especially when I went to college from 2010 to 2013, there was two things that were ubiquitous in all design courses, and in a lot of things that were around design courses. I mean computer design, fucking back end shit, actual like graphic design, web page, fucking video photo editing, production, newsroom production, all that shit. There was two things that were ubiquitous. They would try to get you to buy a cheap ass Macintosh computer that was way stronger than a Windows computer, but it was still Mac. Learn on a fucking Mac and use motherfucking Adobe products. Adobe Creative Suite 6 is what I came up on, and Adobe Creative Suite 6 was like, whatever, $750. I think maybe it's $1,250. But it's like a tool that you buy one time, and now it's indefinite. So like, you don't hit a point where you're no longer like getting the investment. And these programs are not better. I cannot hammer that home enough. Photoshop now is basically Photoshop from 2010, pushing 15 years ago. It's the same thing. I don't know. It doesn't seem to run smoother. It doesn't seem to work better. Adobe InDesign is Adobe InDesign. Adobe InDesign has been fucking Adobe InDesign for like 20 plus years. It's the same fucking program. The same fucking program with random dog shit Adobe Cloud things stapled into its fucking brain. It's horrible. Illustrator, I didn't use that much. And then for a lot of the other Adobe programs, they're just not competing whatsoever in the market quality-wise. Like, they're getting outdone. Krita is better in almost every single way for drawing than Photoshop is, and Krita is free. Which is, I always said, like, I want to dump a fucking bunch of money into goddamn Krita. I've heard GIMP that is a pretty solid switch out for Photoshop, and there's a lot of switch outs for other things. I've never found a good alternative for InDesign that made any sort of sense. You guys don't have to list things. If you guys want to list alternatives to Adobe products, we're not even into this entire discussion yet. Please go into the Discord and leave those there. Let's see. I kind of want to know what Adobe employees think of this. Who the fuck knows? I don't even know if they have anything more than just like a skeleton programming crew. Because every time you open Photoshop for the last 20 fucking years, it's always the same people on the fucking masthead. It's not like they got new people. Dreamweaver is completely redundant. I couldn't imagine it has much use. I don't know what Dreamweaver does, but like web development, if it's old, web development has moved on completely from when I was in school. Like, it's just a whole different game. Even how you make money off of it has changed because you don't even have to design websites anymore. Like, Squarespace isn't fucking around. They're like, yeah, you can just design your own free website on Squarespace, and you fucking can. This isn't even a Squarespace ad. It's just like, yeah. Before I went to school in the 2000s, like, you maybe had like a Zanga site, right? Which would give you a single web page, and you still had to do all the shitloads of fucking HTML encoding and placing and stuff. So having something that could like help you lay all that out was great. Now you can do layout stuff on a bunch of online sites for free because the coding is ancient. You know what I mean? It's old ass HTML5, CSS, JavaScript. I don't really know how to do it, but I just know that it's been around for so long that people have just accumulated free programs to help you make things look the way that you want. If you want to do back-end programming, you got to talk to a person that can type. It doesn't even matter about the visuals because the visual generators already fucking exist built into a lot of the places where the most common end user is going to be doing sites. So like old website development where you're like, I want this to look like this, and someone had to open a program and do it, is kind of like, yeah, it's redundant. It's just not an industry that exists anymore. And honestly, I want my website to look nice is redundant at this point too, because the current fucking meta for new websites that provide like where your back end is novel, you do like a thing on the internet that other parts of the internet don't do. The meta is to make your fucking website look like shit. Just to look like fucking ass. Like fucking Facebook. GeoCities for the win. I love that you fucking accidentally fucking typed groceries. There are subscriptions to make your car go faster today from Kusabaki for $12.66. Thank you. Oh, by the way, I have everything paused, but I'll play my Gorpos here in a bit. I just want to get through them. But like I was saying, and to kind of round off this point, fuck Adobe. It's been known in the industry, all of the industries that are relative to Adobe for years, that trying to fuck over Adobe, stealing from them, like just doing outright piracy, cracks, and trying to circumvent their fucking stranglehold on the market because they're just so fucking greedy. No one likes them, and no one wants Adobe to succeed. Like for fucking a decade now, it's 2014. For a decade now, even before they switched to a subscription fee, the old purchase prices were too high, and people envisioned daily the death of Adobe because they're fucking internet people that are rich, but they just don't know. You can't buy out fucking Adobe. We're just like, I would fucking love for Adobe to go on sale and just literally flip their code and make it open source the next day. I would do it if I had the money. I would do it in a fucking heartbeat. Like, I hope they get destroyed. I hope their servers get hacked. I hope the worst possible things fucking happen to Adobe. And Adobe has somehow gotten more evil, which is fucking insane. It should not be possible for a company to be more evil than Adobe was, but the one thing they can update is their unethicality. The unethical nature of Adobe gets patched every fucking year. Every year there's a new patch for Adobe is unethical as fuck. And this year is crazy. We're gonna pop into. There's only a little bit of good news, but there's some bad news first. This happened and there was a massive backlash. I'm gonna pop into it. This is from Engadget, but this is all over the news. And I'm glad we're hitting the resolution because the problem came out a little while ago. Adobe is updating its terms of service following a backlash over recent changes. You own your content and we don't train generative AI on customer content, it wrote. They fucking do. Never forget, all fucking AI is trained on stolen content. All of it. All of it. And you know how you know? Because nobody ever provides receipts that it's not, and that's super easy to do because all you have to do is open up the box and show me literally what the fuck is in the back end of it. You know what I mean? All fucking AI art people, the programmers are. If you're an AI art program, if you work on Midjourney, you're an unethical piece of shit. I don't give a shit. I fucking hate you. It's okay if you quit one day and then you're like, dude, I had to do that for a job. On the other side of when you quit, you can talk to me like a person. But until then, you're wearing the you're wearing the uniform of an enemy team, and I only wish evil on you, like pure evil. I hope. If witchcraft was real, dude, your day-to-day life would be nuts because I would be out here full lich form doing blood magic day after day to try to ruin your breakfast. And I mean the lowest of the low programmers. Some dude that barely even fucking speaks English. His name's like Sartor. He lives somewhere in India. And he's just like, I'm doing this just to live. And I'm like, I don't fucking give a shit. No mercy from me, man. We're enemies. I mean, I get it, but that's the nature of an enemy. I want you destroyed and you want me destroyed. It is what it is. Just understand we're enemies. Enemies. There is no humanity to be shared between us. Fuck them. I cannot stand fucking Adobe. But all of these goddamn AI people are stealing. They are always stealing. It's like seeing a truck, right? Where you're like, damn, that's one of those pedo vans that's been going around. It literally says free candy on the side of it. And the guy goes, no, this isn't a pedo van. I'm like, well, why does it say free candy on the side of it? And he goes, oh, that doesn't fucking matter. First and foremost, you don't have any proof that it's a pedo van. And then you can hear screaming children begging to be let out in the back, like thumping and stuff. And you're like, can I look back there to just prove that there's no children in your fucking pedo van? And the guy says, no. Because that's a fucking violation of my rights. Help! Tyler, are you saying that fucking AI artists and AI art designers, creators, and people that are working on it are as unethical as pedophiles? Isn't that extreme? Nah, I don't give a shit. Fuck them. Yeah, probably. Maybe it is extreme. But I don't really care because we're enemies. I that's not, those sort of two cocaines don't work on me. If I hate somebody, I just fucking hate them. I can't help it. I am what I am. Take the hill, Tyler. I mean, really. It's like if that's the hill I have to die on, bro, I am up there with all of my flags assembled. Dude, me, a fucking bloody sword, one eye, waiting to just try to get at least three more of you before I go down. If there are no fucking Adobe haters and no AI haters left on Earth, then I am for certain dead. For certain dead. if you do not hear me speaking out against the fucking unethicality of AI art, I am dead, because you have to shut down all my platforms. I can't get over how bad it is, how irritating it is, because it's so unethical on its fucking face, just on its face, fucking unethical, that you can't argue for it without seeming like a fucking psychopath. Like, because that's why I made the allusion to the van thing. It's just made out of stolen material. No, it's not. Well, then show me the material you trained it on so I can make sure it's not stolen. I can't do that. Okay, it's fucking stolen then, until you prove otherwise to me. Well, that's not how it would go in a court of law. I don't care about a court of law. You're trying to convince me, you fucking thief. The cops aren't here yet. We'll get to that. But god fucking damn it, dude. In any case, back to this one. Following customer outrage over its latest terms of service, TOS. Thank you so much, Engadget. Adobe is making updates to add more detail around areas like of AI and content ownership, the company said in a blog post. Is this goddamn ChatGPT? Right, Steve Dent, you just gotta fucking edit your shit. He just has that of there. He needs to take that out. Areas like AI and content ownership. The company sent a blog post. Your content is yours and will never be used to train any generative AI tool, wrote head of product Scott Belsky and VP of legal and policy Dana Rao. Subscribers using products like Photoshop, Premiere Pro, and Lightroom were incensed by new, vague language they interpreted to mean that Adobe could freely use their work to train the company's generative AI models, which is 100% true. Hopefully they'll repeat it here. If not, I'll have to hunt that down. In other words, creators thought that Adobe could use AI to effectively rip off their work and then resell it. Other language was thought to mean the company could actually take ownership of users' copyrighted material, understandably so, when you see it. Check this shit out. Solely for the purpose of operating. Okay, so this is part of it. Licenses to your content. Solely for the purposes of operating or improving the services and software, you grant us a non-exclusive, worldwide, royalty-free license to use, reproduce, publicly display, distribute, modify, create derivative works based on, publicly perform, and translate the content. For example, we may sublicense our right to the content to our service providers or to other users to allow the services and software to operate as intended, such as enabling you to share photos with others. Separately, Section 4.6, feedback below covers any feedback that you provide to us. Now, I know that this is an aspect of like internet shit, but this is one of the issues that comes with the cloud computing and cloud-based models of shit, is that you have to provide them these uses because they have to kind of like host shit and reproduce shit on additional services that are not part of the standard service. And so they're like, hey, you got to give us non-exclusive rights to do all of these things so that we can do thing A. All right? And doing thing A is technically morally fine, okay? Very fucking irritating. I don't want that to do. Here's the thing. I have a computer and the computer is good at doing computer shit. I don't want to have to use Adobe products off of my fucking base computer. I think that all permanently online versions of programs are inherently unethical, and if you're first off, your company does not have to have that to exist. You have way too thin margins because you're more than likely paying out way too much to investors. You need to learn how to run your company better because that shit's fucking trash. But that opens the door to another thing. Here's the problem. If your intention to do something legally is intention A, and that's your stated intention, but it causes the knock-on effect of intention B, which is still the language would provide them the ability to put all of your shit into AI. You saying us not intending to do that does not remove your ability or your stated right in this legal conversation to do the thing, right? If you're like, yeah, man, I just want the right to be able to hit you once a day with a random thing that I have in my hand. I'm doing this so that I can crush mosquitoes. I just want it to be legally okay for us between us so that I can crush mosquitoes. It's like, okay, why do you have a fucking baseball bat then? And the guy's like, well, like, dude, look, this is for the mosquitoes. Yeah, but why do you have to have the baseball bat? Also, I can crush mosquitoes on my own, so it's not even that much of a service. Well, we're doing this for you. You are not. You are putting this in your license for you. Never forget that. Anybody that puts something in a license, they're doing it for themselves. So always assume the most selfish interpretation of whatever they're giving themselves, because there is literally no reason you shouldn't, because once you agree to the contract, they can do the thing that is the most selfish thing. That's the point. And it's Adobe. So there is literally no reason, historically or otherwise, to not assume that they are going to do whatever they can to fuck their customers, because it's fucking Adobe. They're filth as a company. They're trash. They are unethical assholes that use legalese to try to justify predacious anti-consumer fucking action. They're horrible people. I fucking hate all of them. I fucking hate Adobe. I am blinded by my dislike of them. We won't take any money from your bank account. Pinky promised you can leave your bank details with us. I mean, it's same sort of fucking shit. This is fucking crazy. It's insane. It's insane. You didn't need to change it. Here's the thing. Adobe, like I said, has not needed updates in fucking years. They need maybe operational patches to continue working with new stuff, but they have not provided new functionality of any notable value in fucking years. Fucking years. The closest that they can do is the AI stuff, and that is just fucking, from what I understand, free tech that's basically being, or semi-free tech that's being sold by like open AI and shit, just so that they can do basically the same thing to corporations as the corporations were trying to do to me in college. Get you addicted to using this free theft program in order to bolster your numbers, so that in a couple years you can't get rid of it when it becomes like highly illegal and you have to go and fucking fight for it, or aren't useful. You have to completely integrate it into your systems permanently because you've created a bubble around it, basically. I have no trust for any of these people. Let's see. Was there some more about this? Solely for the purpose of operating. For clarity, any modern software company that has features like reproducing as thumbnails, enabling users to share for review and approval via web link, auto-generating variations, indexing for search, requires a license for third-party service you made it solely for the purpose, should make it clear that nobody's claiming ownership of your work. It doesn't make it that clear. I don't think it makes it that clear. I don't think it's sufficiently clear, and I don't fucking trust him. I don't fucking trust him at all. Who's Scott Belsky? Okay, so fuck Scott Belsky. The guy. Oh, sorry. The biggest comment that's like, for clarity, you should understand that this is perfectly fine. Let's just see who's saying that. Who could be making that argument? He might be like a professional tech guy or something. Okay, helping the creative world make ideas happen. Founder of @Behance, strategy design product at Adobe. Author, aspiring for a positive slope. So useless tech bro. Useless. What the fuck is Behance again anyway? The largest, okay, it's a social media for fucking sharing pictures. Search the creative world at work. I have never used whatever the fuck this is. What in the fuck is Behance? Grown to over 50 million members and became the premier destination for creativity. That's a fucking lie. I've never used this shit. Oh, is it it's a portfolio thing? Is that what that is? Okay. Oh, so he made a portfolio website. So he basically just did what Squarespace does, but worse. And then like integrated it into a social media thing. I guess people use Behance. I don't know what the fuck. Sick. He's another fucking social media guy. God damn it. Why do I feel reminded of that South Park episode where they get sewn into a human centipede because they accepted the terms and conditions? I mean, that's the case. Like, fucking literally. They're just trying to fuck you out of your fucking rights. I would not ever believe them. I would not ever fucking believe them. In a world where customers are anxious about how their data is used and how generative AI models are trained, it is the responsibility of companies that host consumer data and content to declare their policies not just publicly, but in their legally binding terms of use. In addition, Adobe claims that it only trains its Firefly system on Adobe stock images. However, multiple artists have noted that their names are used as search terms in Adobe's stock footage site, as Creative Blog reported. The results yield AI-generated art that occasionally mimics the artist's styles. Yeah, I don't believe any fucking AI, any of them. I don't believe them. No reason to. Liars. Liars. Prove me wrong. I say you're liars. Well, you got, it's a big lie. I don't know. You fucking seem like you're lying. All your shit. All you got to do is literally provide me any fucking proof that you're not lying. Which is just show me where all the shit is. It's a program. It has code. It has logs. It has fucking like literally logs of what it's fucking done. Just show me the logs of all the fucking photographs and shit that you've used in a way that can be searched. And then once we search it and we find out that there's literally not one single piece of stolen art in there, then I'll believe you. And then that has to continue. And if you just had it open source, what is used in this? Literally, it's a searchable index of all of the things we've used to train it on. Every fucking programmer on earth knows that that's a possibility. I have to be out of my mind if that's not the case. Because searchable fucking indexes of video, audio, and images have been a thing since the beginning of computers, because that's what the fuck they were used for. We call it files and shit. So there should be files of these things that are referential, because it's pulling from somewhere. It's training from somewhere. And so you have to show us that, we lost the logs. Okay, destroy it. Restart it. If you did it once, you can do it again, right? Just literally do the trick again. Show me. Because everybody, if you want to get into it like real deep, oh my God, Tyler, you don't understand enough about programming. You don't understand enough about tech. I don't even need to. I understand Huckster. I understand con man. That's my fucking world. That's where I come from. I know a fucking mark when I see it, and it's a mark, or not a mark. I know a fucking con when I see it, and it's a con until you prove me wrong. I'm not the fucking court. I'm not anything. I don't have any power. All I have is my opinion and anyone else that I can convince too. And I just say, it looks like a con. And it's a con until you prove to me it's not a con, because it's got con stink all over it. It just sounds like a fucking con job. That's what it sounds like. You sound like you fucking got a swindle going on. It sounds like a lie. And like, it's every fucking magician. I can't show you what happens behind the curtain. If I show you how it's made, it ruins the magic. Well, the magic is it's a fucking lie. The magic's not real. That's what everyone's telling me. No one knows how the fucking AI works. It does this magic algorithm, and no one knows exactly how it does what it does. Okay, well, that's fucking magic. All right, that's just a magic trick. No one knows. Open it up. Doesn't work when it's opened it up. All right, throw it away. I am too fucking 8-brained for you to be bringing shit in that you don't know how it fucking works, and it's clearly fucking violating people's ethical principles and making people uncomfortable, and the only people who make any fucking money off of it are literal fucking multi-billion-dollar sociopaths who fucking suck up government funding like what's his name in the fucking oil movie? I'll drink your milkshake. Daniel Plainview. And then the people who use it the most are fucking pedos and freaks. Like, literally. Like, it's just the user base, the prime user base for AI is fucking like internet hucksters on Facebook. I have to give a shout out to the population of people that are trying to like deceive brain damaged old people on Facebook for likes and likes money or whatever. And then it's just fucking pedos and people that want to edit women and children naked so they can jerk off to the pictures of it. Like, that's the entirety of what AI has accomplished. Trying to fucking wheedle people out of jobs, mostly letting fucking pedos and fucking sex perverts nudify their victims without their victims' knowledge. An insane amount of that, and there are no protections against it. You just love it. Instantaneous. All you got to do is, all a predator has to do is fucking feed their shit. We give you instantaneous access to this because they don't give a shit if it looks like dog shit. They just want to fucking crank their hogs to illicit material. And then the third is just people that want to make deceptive shit that can trick brain damaged fucking old boomers on Facebook. Like, the most worthless product for the most worthless people in existence. Like, it is it's in its observable, most successful and worthwhile state, an actual effigy of pestilence. It is Nurgle infecting the fucking internet. Everything that AI has touched, it has beshitted. It has not improved a single fucking thing. Not a single thing. Search results are less trustworthy. There's photo apps that look like fucking dog shit now because AI is attached to it. Every fucking program is now trying to scrape your goddamn data and has bloatware injected into the heart of the fucking code stack so that it can have some sort of AI functionality. It slows down your computer. It eats up fucking energy, and the results are bad. The results are bad every time. Universally bad. Flawed creations again and again and again. And every time you show me one fucking good thing, it's like, yeah, I had to fucking separate this. And finally, I finally got the thing to spit out something that looks like maybe a human sort of kind of made it. And 99% of the time, I also had to Photoshop it so it looks clean. And then you can't replicate the result one more time. You just can't replicate the result. It falls the fuck apart. The worst fucking programming that has ever been done. Trillion, I don't know if you guys know this, like $1 trillion is what they want to finish it or something, and hundreds of billions of dollars of taxpayer money has been poured into this fucking Sam Altman goddamn passion project of his with the smartest fucking fart sniffers in the world all huffing their own shit like they're about to create life. They could just go fuck a woman and make it whole other intelligence. They could just make a child that would be smarter than the thing that they're spending billions upon billions of dollars trying to fucking master, that looks like dog shit and has become, without reservation, nothing more than a fucking copyright laundering machine at its best, in a literal pederasty access at its worst. There is no value whatsoever in AI. None. It is all theoretical, and none of it has come to pass. I've been listening to I stopped listening to Philip DeFranco because his jerking off Chat GPT and fear mongering over tech issues he's literally too fucking stupid to understand drives me insane. I'll tell you what now, it's the worst it'll ever be. Like it's a fucking linear progression in technology. AI is so magic. It has superseded the literal concept of technological advancement because it is so profoundly magic that it will, unlike every other technological advancement in the history of mankind, linearly proceed into the future and up and up and up forever. It will always duplicate. It will always double eternally, which is just never fucking happened for anything. It's a logarithmic curve with every tech, and fucking goddamn all of the AI shit has hit that almost immediately. Like, it looks a little better and can do a little bit more stuff, but it gets more and more fucking alien with every interpretation, and it's more noticeable because the human brain is still better than anything that they can program. So now everyone can fucking clock AI almost instantaneously. It's one of these things that I've experienced 100 times in my life during the technological revolution era that we live in. You guys remember how, oh my God, this is a 480 high definition TV. Look how fucking beautiful it is. Oh, this tech demo is great. Oh man, have you seen Ocarina of Time? It looks like real life. There's shadows. Oh wow, this is indiscernible from reality. Again and 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 again. And each time we almost instantaneously, within a year or two, evolve past seeing whatever this thing is as the most, oh my God, it's like it's real. Oh, it's the same. Because it's pareidolia. You recognize the pattern and your brain gives you endorphins. Hey, you recognize the pattern. Good job. It's the thing you thought you were looking at. And then, because you're a human being, you get bored with it instantaneously. I've already recognized this pattern. I see it every time now. The kids that are little babies and shit that are growing up right now, was like, these kids aren't going to be able to tell the difference between fiction and reality. You know who they were saying that about? My generation, my little sister's generation, my little brother's generation, your generation, the generation to follow, the generation previous, 15 fucking generations ago. The first time somebody said, oh my God, it's a fictional book. You wrote a book and all the words are fake? How will anyone know if it's real? And you all think that you're better. People think that they're fucking better than human beings from back then. It was like, wow, this would drive somebody crazy. Like, you dipshits get driven crazy by new stuff all the fucking time. And then when you look back on it 4 years ago, you're like, wow, I can't believe I thought that was that good looking. That is what AI is. That is what it's not magic. It's not magic until you fucking prove it to me. And it has so far failed in every way that all of those previous technologies have fucking succeeded. It doesn't even do all the good shit. A fucking high definition screen from 1990 or fucking 2005 shows the picture almost all the time. And the picture shows up the way it's supposed to. It just appears on the fucking screen. AI, who knows? Who knows? It's a fucking RNG shitmaker. Literally. That has to consume insane amounts of power and stolen data to work. Generally, most people that want to make stuff are like, this looks like fucking ass. I can't use this. It's not repeatable. It's not routine. Oh, well, they're going to get that fixed any day now. Okay, stop trying to sell me a program that's not fucking done. Oh, you're a Luddite. You're a Luddite. What? Guys like you were the reason photography almost didn't catch on. Photography worked because you could it worked. Dumb fucks. You literally go out there, you point, click, boom, shit. Oh, fuck, look, this is the picture of the thing I pointed it at. You get a fucking cause and effect immediately. That's why fucking photography caught on. AI only exists in common parlance and talking points because people are paying billions of fucking dollars to jam it into fucking everything you can see. It is not a success of technology. It is a success only of marketing. And even at that, it is almost entirely a fucking failure because I see AI failing all the time. The only people that are saying it's succeeding are half of the time bot accounts being run by somebody who is just fucking AI fucking like wank king who's fucking like diamond handsing whatever the fuck publicly traded thing he thinks is connected to AI at the moment. That's it. It's just those guys and the people that work for the fucking companies and the people that the companies are paying to say this looks good. Just the same motherfuckers who keep telling you shit is right around the corner any day now. We're going to be going... I don't see why we wouldn't be on the way to Mars by 2024. It's completely possible. It's within the realm of science. I mean, the only thing that's standing in our way is ourselves. Fucking dumb fuck, goddamn techo, bullshit, fucking idiots. We don't even make any new... none of the shit we have right now in 2023 or 2024 now is like even that new. We stopped making new shit because we let the fucking tech bros who were like promising magic get in the way of actual fucking scientists and engineers. The people that actually make anything. So we don't have any new shit. We just have slightly less complicated, slightly lighter, slightly smaller versions of shit we already had. There are no technological innovations because the guys that are like, I think I could do this. We made it so that they have to fucking work for Elon Musk front-end programming Twitter, which isn't even their specialty, because if they stop, they're going to lose their special visa and get sent back to fucking, I don't know, Deathlanistan, wherever the fuck they came, because, I don't know, they're gay or the wrong religion, and they're going to get shot in the fucking head the second they step off the boat. So now that guy's tied to a fucking chair at Twitter, typing the stupidest shit he's ever seen while listening to the fucking orders from the dumbest human being he's ever had the misfortune to listen to, who just happened to be a guy whose dad was rich as shit from one of the most racist countries that's ever fucking existed, and he had seed capital to steal other people's ideas for decades. These are who people are putting in charge, and then you see this guy smoke a fucking joint on Joe Rogan one time, and your little fucking monkey brain is giving you a fucking tech erection because you think you have somehow figured out how to wheedle your way to a jackpot roll by sneaking past the line, but it's not the case. There's nothing that comes that fucking easy. Nothing on fucking earth comes that easy, but you think it's going to happen because you figured it out. You figured it out. You know whose balls to fucking polish to get ahead in this world. Dumb motherfuckers. It made you feel good because you felt a little sad about the state of things. Oh my God, people are mean to me because it just feels like white people are getting dunked on. I just feel like being a fucking absolute sociopath and uninterested in any of the beautiful things in life is just not respected the way that it should be. I don't understand why people don't really just like me walking around mathematically boiling things down ad nauseum and ruining other people's good time. Why don't people like me being a fucking highly technical buzzkill everywhere I go? Why am I not being rewarded for sex? I've done all the calculations. I'm going to put all my fucking eggs in the Elon Musk basket, and when I have $100 million, I'll buy prostitutes that I'll dress up like memes. Shut the fuck up. I hope you die so alone. So alone, dude. It's just like a generation of tech bros and their fucking sycophants that are all going to perish from elder abuse and the fucking nursing homes that they intentionally defunded 20 years before their fucking hateful children who had no fucking childhood and were raised by their nannies are just like, I'm gonna let that motherfucker die in that pit. Can we send him to a worse spot? All of you people, all you tech motherfuckers, if you've ever seen BoJack Horseman, the way that his mom goes out is how you are going to go out. You're unlovable. You are a hate-filled, disgusting fucking creature, and you are going to die alone in a place with clicky, clattery, shitty old fucking blinds from the 1980s that are going to rattle against the glass, and that's the last sound that you're going to hear before the moon finally sets on your life. And that's it for you. And I fucking hate that you guys control the pricing of Adobe. Understand that. God damn it. There is some good news. US sues Adobe for deceiving subscriptions that are too hard to cancel. I'm not surprised. I always say this, by the way, and I know it's not like, it might not, this isn't legal advice, but this is just a thing I've done. If someone tries to like not let you cancel something, just literally cancel the card. I don't know if it's fucking illegal or not, but if they're like, we have your number and we're going to hit that number anyway, I would rather you justify that with a court order because the court says it's okay for you to do that than for you to just do that and then me just to assume that it's okay until you there is no reason that just because I gave you the numbers on a piece of plastic in my fucking like in my pocket that you should be able to, once I say no, still access it. You know what I mean? So I don't know if you're even allowed to say this because I don't know what this fucking law is or not. It's just one of those things that seems like such a like human right that it's probably a crime. But I've done it before, and the worst I got hit with was a debt collector that I ignored until they went away. And it was an AT&T. Basically, AT&T, I went on deployment. I had AT&T subscription. I was like, hey, I'm going on deployment, so I'm not going to pay you for the next 6 months because I'm going out. And they're like, well, you signed a contract. I'm like, I don't really give a shit. I'm leaving, so I'm not going to use that service, and I don't really give a fuck if you feel like you're being slighted because if I'm not using something, I'm not going to pay for it, so fuck you. And I canceled the card, and then they're like, okay, well, we're going to send this, you're in debt now, and I went, I don't care. And so they sent the debt to a collection agency, and the collection agency called me, and they like said stuff, and I'm like, look, I'm not paying you, so I'm hanging up. And I would just say, I'm not paying you, I'm going to hang up. And then I just didn't pay him. And then they stopped calling me because I just would say, I'm not paying you. And then I would hang up. And then I got another phone number and I don't think they knew how to get a hold of me. Not legal advice, but I'll tell you what, I did it. If they called me up again, I'd be like, I'm not paying you. I'm not giving you shit. AT&T is a scam. True. There are credit masking services that let you create and then delete cards, preventing companies from billing you. That's psychotic. Good luck serving me in Iraq. Yeah. It isn't illegal, but my card is tied to too many other things. Oh, hell yeah. Tech Bro's going to be in a nursing home with only their bored apes to keep him company. You just have a fucking like Milo Yiannopoulos signed your bored ape in 2001. It's your only possession on the wall of the nursing home looking down at you. People come in, you're like, nurse, look. I don't know if I've told you this. I know I've got to go down. I don't know if I've told you this, but do you see that on the wall? I got that. This is well, you don't know because you were born in like 2060, but in 2020, I paid $150 for this, and it should be worth a lot now. And I'm not sure because I can't. They don't let me use the computer because I give my information away. But he's got golden teeth because when in the 2000s, their rappers were the golden teeth. And then people who aren't the same race as the rappers thought it would be funny to put the golden teeth on a monkey, and I bought it and I printed it out, and it was signed by a neo-Nazi in Britain. Okay, thank you for telling me that, Phil. You're welcome. You're welcome. My son's not gonna visit me, I think, anymore. If I pass on, you can have that. Oh, okay. I can't accept gifts from anyone that lives here. You know that, Phil. Okay. Well, if you have a son and he could have it too. You could give it to anybody. I don't want it to go in the trash. I don't want it to go in the trash. It's a fine thing, and I don't want it to go there. Okay, Phil. Okay. Oh, was that dark? Oh, it was dark. It was a little too human, wasn't it? I know what I wished on you. Can NFT apes go to war? Absolutely. Shout out President Sunday. If you guys don't know, I had a fucking minor debate with him and Brooks post Connor points debate, and I remapped his entire brain. Oh man, I was just making art. I still stand by everything I said, but I'm not too much more interested in it because I've got other things to go and do. But Sunday has apparently gone on an entire arc where he now needs to understand the nature of warfare and ape mentality. Because he had all of a fucking half-hour conversation with me. It's awesome, and all the best of luck to him on his journey. It would suck that he it's like one of those archaeological things where he's digging in the sand, and at the very end it's just a picture of me I've always been there. The screenshot would survive though. Do future old people sound the same as current old people? Old people always sound the same because we're just people. NFT apes going to war as a LAN party clad in Gucci and Supreme. U.S. sues Adobe for deceiving subscriptions that are too hard to cancel, by the way. Emma Roth, a news writer who covers the streaming wars, consumer tech, crypto, social media, and much more. Previously, she was a writer and editor at Muo. The U.S. government is suing Adobe for allegedly hiding expensive fees and making it difficult to cancel a subscription. In the complaint filed on Monday, the Department of Justice claims Adobe has harmed consumers by enrolling them in its default, most lucrative subscription plan without clearly disclosing important plan terms. And by the way, like I said, you only need a few of these programs, and they try to put you in an extremely expensive one all the time. And I've clicked on that, by the way, too. And I'm not going to do it now because clicking on fucking anything in the purchase section of Adobe will start locking your computer in a one-way trip to fucking hell. But there are fees that go up. There are. As I remember, it does get steadily more expensive before you get to the fucking end of that thing. The lawsuit claims Adobe hides the terms of its annual paid monthly plan in the fine print and behind optional text boxes and hyperlinks. In doing so, the company fails to properly disclose the early termination fee incurred upon cancellation that can amount to hundreds of dollars. I didn't fucking realize. When customers do attempt to cancel, the DOJ alleges that Adobe requires them to go through an onerous and complicated cancellation process that involves navigating through multiple web pages and pop-ups. It then allegedly ambushes customers with an early termination fee, which may discourage them from canceling. Customers encounter similar obstacles when attempting to cancel their subscriptions over the phone or via live chats, the DOJ alleges. The complaint claims subscribers have had their calls or chats either dropped or disconnected and have had to re-explain their reason for calling when they reconnect. The lawsuit alleges that these practices break federal laws designed to protect consumers. The lawsuit also targets Adobe executives Maninder Sawhney. Okay. The senior vice president of digital go-to-market and sales, as well as David Wadhwani, the president of the company's digital media business. The complaint says both executives directed, controlled, and had the authority to control or participated in the acts and practices of Adobe. Adobe didn't immediately reply to a request for a comment. Jesus fucking Christ. Adobe trapped customers into year-long subscriptions through hidden early termination fees and numerous cancellation hurdles. Samuel Levine, director of FTC's Bureau of Consumer Protection, said in a statement, Americans are tired of companies hiding the ball during subscription sign-up and then putting up roadblocks when they try to cancel. The federal government began looking into Adobe's cancellation practices late last year. Yeah, in 2012 it was. It's actually been 12 years. Adobe went from selling its creative software for lifetime use to charging users for a monthly or yearly subscription to its suite of products, including all of the ones that I've mentioned before. Who are stay subscribed? As long frustrated creatives who are forced to stay subscribed to Adobe in order to keep doing their jobs. Earlier this month, Adobe's new terms of service were met with backlash after some interpreted the move as an opportunity to train its AI on users' art. The lawsuit speaks to continued regulatory scrutiny of Adobe. In 2022, they attempted to acquire the product design platform Figma. What's Figma? Figma balls, bro. For $20 billion, but it abandoned the deal last year after facing antitrust scrutiny from European legislators. And then we have the entire Adobe complaint here, which is 26 pages long and full of redactions. Jesus fucking Christ. Look at these. Like 4 and 5 are completely redacted of the counts. Dude, this is madness. Defendant did this thing. Number 14 is blocked. David Bonet also blocked. Jesus fuck, dude. You know it's shady as shit. The APM plan is sometimes referred to Adobe as yearly billed monthly or something redacted. Why are there redactions in this? Since at least 2019, the APM is planned to follow material terms. Adobe calculates the early termination fee amount as 50% of the remaining contract obligation. Holy fuck, dude. I.e., the customer will be charged a lump sum amount of 50% of the total monthly charges for the months remaining in the yearly contract. So if you like run out of money as a creative, which is very possible, and the first thing that you can cut is your extremely expensive it's the cost of a lot of people's fucking like food and power bill. You know what I mean? Or like at least their power bill, depending on how much, you know, you're using. Jesus fucking Christ. It is whatever it is for the rest of the month. Like $70 a month times 12. So let's just do it. 70. So $840 for a year for one of those smaller ones. What is the max Adobe subscription? Because some of these all have the annual prepaid is $700 basically, $659.88. And so you would be on the line for that for like $300 fucking dollars like instantaneously. That's fucking nuts, man. That is fucking crazy. It's the redacted. Yeah. More redactions than an SCP article. I bought a physical copy of Office in college. When I went to install it on my new computer, it would not install. Instead, it took me to the monthly subscription page. Instead, I had to subscribe. I think that happened to me. That was a big thing. When I got my new computer, this one that I have now. Not new, it's like 5 years. But I was like, I use Word because I had a copy of Word 2010 that I bought in college for like $5 or whatever the fuck it was. And I've been using it. I'd been using it for 9 years on various different platforms. I reinstalled it every time because it's mine, because I fucking own it, because I bought it for the price that they fucking sold it to me at. It's mine. And then they're just like, it doesn't work anymore. And they try to do the same thing to me where they're like, sorry, we can't validate this product anymore because it's no longer like downloadable or some shit like that. Yeah, like same fucking thing. Now we need you to now we're offering the much better updated Office program, which has 15 programs you don't want to fucking use at all, that have not increased in functionality or gotten any better in fucking 25 years. Like, when was the last time Excel got like so much better? It's fucking Excel. Like, you programmed Excel, you're done. That's it. It's Excel. It exists now. You can't add functionality to it. You know what I mean? Not really. It's all quality of life features. And at that point, I don't want to spend more money on it. Word was as good as it needed to be in like 2007. I'm not even shitting you. There is nothing that has been added to Word since 2007. I would say actually 2001, when I was using it in school. Nothing has been added to Word since 2001 that is of any value or use to me. Like, oh, but no, we have all of these like formatting features and a grammar check. I check my own fucking grammar. I give a fuck. I edit my own shit. If I make a mistake, I make a fucking mistake. Your grammar editor is wrong. Like, more than it's right. It's just a notification that there might be an error. It's not even a corrector. It's a fucking like, hey, this could be wrong. If you try to write anything that's outside of the like 5-year-old's understanding of the world, it's like, I don't know. What the fuck is United Stock Exchange? I don't know. Hey, can we connect this to the internet so we can put all of your files in a cloud storage? I don't really want that. Okay, we're just going to naturally fucking have that pre-downloaded onto the computer for you and make it impossible for you to take it off if you don't know how to fucking reprogram the BIOS of the whole goddamn computer. Jesus fucking Christ. I don't need it. It's a typewriter. It's a digital fucking typewriter. I just wanted to go across, and they're like, well, you get Notepad for free. I'm surprised we still get fucking Notepad for free, honestly, at this fucking point, because they try to charge me for every other fucking thing. I'm surprised AI doesn't just automatically, Notepad just open. Hey, this is now Notepad with AI. So you just type words. It's like, hey, we're going to predict what you're going to try to write and write completely the wrong fucking thing. No, thank you. Please stop. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate your companies. I hate the way that you make money. I despise you. Computers hit their peak. Their absolute peak in like 2012, and there's nothing that's gotten better except for hardware. I would even say programs got as good as they needed to be in XP, as far as I'm concerned. I've never had an update to Windows past XP that made anything better. Am I crazy? If you're a programmer, can you talk to me? I'm done with this screen. I need to know. I need to know, because maybe I don't know anything about the secrets of the world. But first off, Windows has come packaged with bloatware since the fucking 90s, right? McAfee antivirus, everybody knows, was actually a bigger virus for computers than anything you could catch. Microsoft Paint was free, but Microsoft had to axe it. So was Microsoft Windows Movie Maker. That was a pretty solid one for people that were starting to like make stuff. It's like a super standard non-linear editor. They took that out. Got my papers docked points in BLC because the program flagged the word peoples used in the context to refer to multiple cultures, and the instructor marked it. Pissed. I would actually fucking lose my mind over that. I would raise a stink. They may also train AI models with your writing, so that's fun. The other thing is, my writing is so fucking cracked, it would only ruin an AI generator. Like, my fucking writing goes so goddamn hard. There's no way you try to program an AI with it and it doesn't make the AI work worse. You would have to program. It would be dipshit fucking like Silicon Valley people who could barely even fucking read my work in the first place. Like, these aren't my intellectual inferiors. I don't give a fuck how much money they make. They can't write as good as me. They don't have the fucking grasp of the English language that I do. They don't know the fucking subtleties of fucking wordplay. There's no way these degenerate fucking simpletons could program make a program that could even understand what I'm trying to convey, much less like replicate it at or better than what I do. Like the absolute fucking insane what is it even? The hubris of it all. The hubris of people who can barely talk to prostitutes. Trying to say that they're going to like create a program that can write as good or better than me, much less someone like than fucking like a Hemingway or Shakespeare. And then they trot these things out because they've paid to isolate themselves from people who should be by all rights at this point, I'm going to say it, bullying them mercilessly for their dog shit and embarrassing inventions. Like, Silicon Valley people just need to get fucking wedgied more often. Like, you gotta start fucking all of them do BJJ. They all do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with people that let them win. You gotta start getting involved in that and giving them vicious fucking nut-splitting wedgies. And just being like, that's what you get, nerd. Again and again and again until they stop. Like, at this point, I'm just sick of it. I can't take it. It is insulting. I'm insulted. And I feel like insulting them back. We made a program that can write just like you. You can't write like me. How the fuck did you get a program to do it? We got a program to paint just like these great artists. Well, first off, it looks like shit. And second off, I can also do the exact same thing but better because I just copy paste it. And then it looks exactly like the guy. Matter of fact, it's just as good. I can make it a little bit better. Maybe I juice it up a little bit with some contrast in Photoshop. Fucking know your place, nerds. Fucking trash cans. Jesus Christ.
Hope you enjoyed your time